All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Ha-Rakah-Kodash, double honors unto our apostle elders which rule Great Millstone Wild and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure into the end. Shalom Ba. So I woke up and I was looking on the social media, because it's like 2 a.m. and I was just going through it just to kill time till I go back to sleep or whatever. And I see all these men searching for women, and women, acting like they either don't need a man or they want a man and they don't know how to find a man. So, all this confusion amongst men and women in what they call the dating realm, all right? So if doing a lot of research that Esau, he searches things out. The so-called white man, the red devil the Bible speaks of, he spends lots of money to do research. So I pulled up I'm sure there was an experiment done, right, between men and women. And so I that's what I pulled up. And that's what made me to do this video, research. And that's what the Lord wants us to do, search it out. And you'll see that the scriptures are true, if you're ordained to admit that, because, if you're not, then even if it is true, which it is, the Bible is true, you won't accept it and you won't, speak on it. You'll deny it, even if the facts are right in front of your face, like this one. It says, and this is from mindbodygreen.com, this is what actually turns women on according to science. Now I'm going to just jump down to the point. It says, let's see. Oh, right here. It's called, this is one of the things they said turned women on. Object of desire, affirmation. The study found women are particularly inclined to be turned on when they feel they're being viewed as attractive and desirable. And that's why you see all these women showing their bodies off, because they want that confirmation of being attractive and desirable by another person. And this actually emerged as being the most significant factor of 3 in determining female desire. Women often adopt an erotic self-focus instead of a relational one during sexual activities with the partner. The researchers explain this has led to the suggestion that female desire may be partly narcissistic in nature, and that affirmation is an object of desire may be an important pathway to it for women. In other words, women tend to be a little self-focused when it comes to sex. They want to be desired and to feel affirm their own sense of self-worth. You see? So the real narcissistic, let me pull that up. Narcissistic it says narcissistic personality disorder is a mental health condition that affects how people view themselves and relate to others. See? So women are really the narcissistic. They're all about themselves, all right? And that's what it tells you in Genesis, that the woman want to rule over her husband. I believe it's Genesis 2. It says, it's lucky. Oh yeah, right here in 3. It's 3. And the point is, and let me see. Slovakia. Oh, here it is, 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. So then, when you understand the nature of a woman, right, it says, thy desire shall be to shall rule over thy husband, right? See, to rule, have dominion, reign. So they're narcissistic. Okay, women are narcissistic by nature. Right? Let me get the translation comparison. It says in the NLT, then he said to the woman, I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, and in pain you will give birth, and you will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. And that's why so this leads to this point, which, the apostles made it, clear, we're not promoting this, which I'm going to say it again. We're not promoting anyone go out and do this to any woman. All right. We're not promoting rape. All right. But there is a fact, even here on wikipedia.org, that there is a RAPE fantasy amongst women. All right. It says studies have found RAPE fantasy is a common sexual fantasy among both men and women. The fantasy may involve the fantasist as either the one being forced into sex or being the perpetrator. Another study found that over half of their female respondents have had a fantasy of forced sex in their life. All right, because they're narcissistic, but as it said in Genesis, the man shall rule over the woman. That's their true desire, is to be conquered. You see? But then the woman, she has to act like she has it all together. She has to act like she's beyond you. She's up on a pedestal. But it's only because she wants to be conquered. All right? But we're more than conquerors. All right? We have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding as our stability. And one of those things that we understand, that we have the truth, is women. All right, women are self-centered, they're narcissistic, and they want to be conquered by a man. And that's why they give themselves over to different men, because they're looking to be conquered. But what they don't understand is once they have sex with a man, they actually have ties to that man till he dies. All right, and that's why these women go crazy, because they have all these different body counts. And those body counts, you can't just walk away and, wash yourself and move on. It's a permanent thing. When a man has sex with a woman, he literally leaves DNA on her for the rest of her life until he dies. All right. So this is just a couple of things that, popped up in the spirit to me. And I just wanted to bring it out to edify, these things that are in the scriptures. Even the nature of a woman is in the scripture. Once again, a woman is self-centered, narcissistic, and she wants to rule over the man. But that's a setup for her to be conquered, because the man is supposed to go forth and conquer. And that's why a woman opens her legs to receive, right? And a man erects to go out and conquer and penetrate women. All right. And as we know, a man is supposed to have multiple women. All right. And in the ancient world, women didn't have a choice who they married. There was even a law in the Bible about if you rape a woman, she can't be married. She has to be unmarried. Let me see, Deuteronomy 23. No, it's 24. I'll find it. I know it's right here. 26. It's like him. That's not obvious. Here it is. It's in Deuteronomy 22. I started at 23. I think I looked at 23, but it's 22. And this is on a law that we have in Israel, right? Which our laws we really can't even keep because we're in wicked-ass society. All right? So this is just reference and remembrance and edification. Once again, I'm not telling you to go out and try to, RAP any woman, all right? I'm not telling you to do that. In fact, you're a fool if you go do that because, they'll put you in jail for it. This is a wicked society, so they're not operating by the laws of the Lord. But this is Deuteronomy 22, verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her, RAPE her, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. And that's if the woman is, let me go up one. It says, verse 24, then ye shall bring them, let me get it, right here, verse 22, if a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, which is adultery, fornication in the physical sense of flesh, but fornication could also go into idolatry. But I'm talking about sexual immorality between a man and a married woman. All right, any married woman or engaged, you're not supposed to do, not even socialize with them. It says, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shall thou put away evil from Israel. So if a man lays with a woman married to another man, they're both supposed to die. If a damsel that is a virgin, so she's unmarried, be betrothed unto a husband, so she's engaged, promised to that man, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not, she enjoyed it, being in the city, and the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife, he conquered her. So thou shalt put away evil from among you, which, once again, this world that we're in is ruled by the wicked, the so-called Caucasian, and they put the woman up on a pedestal, over the man, and the woman thinks she could, have 100 men. She thinks she's better than a man, but unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. It says, verse 25, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her, R.A.P. her, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die, meaning he just took her, and she, screamed for help, or she tried to get him off her, but she wasn't strong enough, But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death, because she tried to fight. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed, and laid hold on her, R.A.P.E. her, it says, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver. So this man took this man's daughter and R.A.P. her, right? She's of maritable age. She's not married. She's not engaged, right? But he just took this woman in the field and took her virginity. He shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, which is like $300 today. It says, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her, he conquered her. He may not put her away all his days, which that law protects a woman, because once a woman, loses her virginity, she's pretty much, if she was to leave that first husband, she's an adulteress. All right, so he's to keep her all his days. So that's a law that protects the woman. Man ain't just allowed to rape a woman and walk away. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to take care of her all his days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirts. Which he's talking, this is another law on how to deal with women. You're not supposed to be dealing with your father's women, because our fathers had lots of women. You see? And so you're not supposed to be dealing with any woman dealing with your father, right? Which she would be a married woman, because she's married to your father. But that's another point, another subject. But the point is that a woman's desire, right, is to rule over the man, but only to be conquered. All right, put in submission. And that's why these women, as soon as they start getting close to you, start getting feelings, they flee. There's a song even called Track Star. Why? Because she don't want to feel no pain. There's a thin line between love and hate. And the woman, they're so self-centered and narcissistic that as soon as they feel anything, they run, because they're so emotionally fucked up from all the men that they've been sleeping with. And nowadays, women even sleep with other women, right? So these women today of 2024 are degenerates, right? They're really no good. They're not even good for sex for the most time, because they're so self-centered and narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? It's all about them. So what pleasure is that for a man? And even if you get it, you'll never really be able to conquer that woman, because she's already been conquered by 100 men. And she's never submitted to those men. So what's going to make you any different? See? And that's why it was always better to get the virgin that never had a man, because when you conquer that woman, right, she's going to submit to you, being the only man she's ever experienced. But if you get a woman that has much experience, you can't conquer that woman, because she's already been conquered by 100 men. And why hasn't she submitted herself to those men, right? To any of those men? What are you going to do different that those men haven't done? You see? So a woman, once again, if she has too many, if she has one more than one partner, she's pretty much defiled, right? If her husband that took her virginity, Because that's really what sex is. It's marriage, right? And if she has more than one man, she's already polluted to the point that she really can't deal with that woman because she already has the DNA of another man in her, on her, and that's gonna want her to be, masculine toward you, which she's not gonna want to submit to you because she has that reference of that other man conquering her. But this is just some information. I hope it's edifying to the men of, the elect. I hope it helps you in your walk of life, as we go through these trials and tribulations. Don't give your strength unto a woman. All right. If you find a virtuous woman, great. The Lord gave her to you. But if not, don't give your strength over to a woman. They're not worth it. They're narcissistic, self-centered. And you feel like you're spinning your wheels because women play games. And that, that one minute they'll love you, the next minute they'll hate you. And that's all by design. They were created like that. They're unstable, but that's why we're the stable ones. The men are supposed to be the stable ones. And our stability is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right, but with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahushua, Basham Ha, Rakakwadash, double honors unto the apostles and elders that rule Great Millstone. Wow, and shalom to the elect. Wa Ba Ba Ba.